My name's Dave Ryder. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm a level 3 advanced practitioner. I've been doing this for about 4.5 years. I've been going up to Oklahoma, doing the workshops with Robert, and yeah, I've got my own clinic at home. I've been working trauma and injuries, and using faster EFT with my clients in my business, and I've got a passion for working with intense issues, addictions, traumas, and this is by far the best tool I've ever used.
It's pretty amazing how fast it actually works. You see results right away.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. To actually be able to see the changes in people, before and after, like the work that you guys are doing too, doing the interviews, the before and after, actually that solidifies the changes, where before we saw it, but now we've got it on, documented. You can actually see it, the changes in the attitudes and, beliefs and behavior and so forth. I think that's a real important aspect. A lot of people, they call it apexing, where they don't even remember, having the problem in the first place, which kind of minimizes the work, to some extent. It feels like we didn't do the work that we thought we did.
Right.
But
this is evidence.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was first visit here was in June, and came with a group of therapists from around the world, and it was a smaller group. We had 7. This time we have 11. And we were kind of getting the hang of the addiction protocol. At that time, I just finished level 2, and so coming out here, I think it was an experimentation with. We were really learning how to understand and conceptualize and utilize the concept of strategy, pulling someone's strategy, so we can understanding how they create their problems. And for me, that's where I was. That's my next evolution in understanding and development, was really helping understanding myself, what it means to pull somebody's strategy, how they create their problems, and then helping others understand that too. Some of the other therapists had been doing this for a long time as well, but didn't quite grasp that idea. So the experience was more like going in and shooting for the emotions, and it evolved to shooting for the states of mind and releasing the memories, focusing on memories and getting those out and finding the patterns, and that made a huge difference. So that first experience, I think, really laid the foundation. Ever since last June or July when I left, I had been applying a lot of that experience, in my own practice, and just becoming more familiar with it and so forth, working on a wide variety of issues, and then coming back here to take that education to the next level. And also, I felt like this trip, I felt like part of my responsibility was to help out also, to be of service to the other therapists here, and to help them understand the new ones. In fact, they're all new. I'm the only one that returned, but to help them understand what their job is, and what the protocols are, and answer any questions, help them just become familiar with what they're doing, to save time and to enhance their own experience, so that they could be more useful for the residents here.
I noticed that last time you were here, the difference between the last time you were here and the time you're here now, one thing that I've noticed is that you're seeing more clients. It seems like people are moving through quicker.
Oh yeah,
at a quicker rate.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of why that is? Like what's the difference this time?
Well, I think last time we had a lot more meetings. Like after each session, in the morning we'd have a debrief, or we'd have kind of an overview of what we were doing. After the first session at lunch, we'd have a meeting, kind of debrief and answer questions. And then after dinner, after our last session, we'd meet again and talk and share. And that took up a lot of time. And I think that was due to our inexperience. And now we've got a group of therapists that are a little bit higher caliber, and they seem to be a lot more comfortable and familiar with dealing with this kind of thing. And they're learning and growing faster, and I think we're able to see more people.
Okay.
We've got more time.
What has changed, and has anything changed with Habilitat from between the last time you were here and this time? Are you noticing different things, or has anything changed, or does it feel the same?
The changes. Well, I think my understanding of Habilitat has changed. You know, I'm learning to understand more about how you guys work and how awesome this place is, and I think I can accommodate more of the principles and policies and the things, the rules and the regulations and all that stuff. I can kind of, I feel like I fit better with the model, understanding more, and you know, I'm trying to blend in and not stick out. You know, I'm trying to, as if I was a resident. You know, moving, you know, within the guidelines, so forth, and. This time I noticed that the feeling with the residents seems to be more open, and there seems to be a lot more openness. People are starting to feel more familiar with us, and you know, that we're just real human beings, and that we really do care, and that we're not nut you know, cases.
Right,
you know,
right.
even though, you know, they're to some degree, a lot of them think that we're full of shit, you know, but they're learning that, hey, this is really it can be beneficial. You know, if they give us something to work with, we'll take it and we will help to change their lives, or at least the issues that they allow us to work with. You know, so the more they give us, the better. You know, and we've seen some resistance. All of us have seen some really tough cases which is okay. I mean, it helps us to get better as a practitioner. But we've had a lot of resistance. You know, people that don't, maybe they're not familiar with sharing. You know, the kinds of things that we're talking about.
Right.
But all of the therapists have had our challenges with trying to deal with new situations and new problems. You know, our own issues come up from time to time. You know, so we have to remember as we're working on them to release our own stuff. You know, we have some issues that come up. You know, and so it's a developmental process for us too. We're learning how to function better, but this time it's been a lot better. People have been a lot more open and wanting help. You know, and I think that's the biggest difference.
That's great. Is anything different with Robert's teaching or the protocol from the last time?
Yes, Robert's gotten a lot better in his presentation, and I think he's really he's solidifying in his own mind how he needs to teach faster EFT to clients. I mean, to our therapists, to his therapists that are wanting to learn this. It's simple. Faster EFT is really simple from one perspective, once you get through the learning curve. On the other hand, there's just so much to remember, so much to learn. You know, but as Robert gets better at presentation and explaining, you know, instead of this linear learning curve, you know, it's a quantum curve. I mean, you know, the learning goes much faster. So the clearer he is, the more precise he is in his descriptions and helping us experience what he's talking about, you know, the faster. And he's getting better every day at that. And I think within the therapists that some of the therapists I've seen, we've got a lot of potential too for more therapists that or instructors, teachers that can help educate more therapists to do this too. So he's planting a lot of seeds, and,
Right.
and he's gonna have a lot of fruit here pretty soon.
That's great. That's good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming, and as usual, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Awesome, thank you. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.